This one's very, very, very weird and interesting. Palantir has confidentially filed a draft of its S1 paperwork for its planned IPO listing, right? And I don't know how much you know about this company. I don't know how much you know about this company and what they're doing, okay? Let me read to you what this company is about. The founder of the company, co-founders, is CEO Alex Karp, which if you want to pull up his picture in the article, I don't know if you have the article or not, Alex Karp and venture capitalist Peter Thiel, okay? From the mafia, from the PayPal mafia. And as you look into their business model, let me read you their business model and what they're doing. Everybody is curious about these guys. Now watch this.
Great hair.
I'll give you some numbers here to put things in perspective. As a privately held company, Palantir valuation is to be anywhere. By the way, most people have never heard about this company before. Palantir company is estimated to be anywhere between 11 to $41 billion.
Wow. Somewhere in that
Depending
range.
on who is estimating, PitchBook pegs its valuation at $20 billion. Now you want to know their business model? Here's their business model. You ready for this? Here's their business model. Their business model is Palantir's software allows law enforcement to enter a license plate number, Kai, stop, to enter a license plate number and quickly get an itinerary of the routes and places the vehicle has traveled. Ooh. Let me read it one more time.
Scary.
This software allows the law enforcement to enter a license plate number and quickly get an itinerary of the routes and places you have traveled. Police can also use it to map out family and business relationships, this technology. Palantir technology has also been used in New Orleans for predictive policing. What was that movie, by the way, back in the days, 15 years ago? That predicted before somebody was going to commit a crime. Do you remember that movie or no?
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise was
Minority
in it.
Report.
Minority Report, right? Okay.
I think literally the last movie.
So
I saw
here's
in
a
the theater.
movie. Now there's the technology. Palantir's technology has also been used in New Orleans for predictive policing. According to The Verge, a practice that has been shown to increase surveillance and arrests in communities of color. Now, let me continue and then I'll pose the question. Say this technology is available. Say this technology can track and minimize 50% of crimes in America. Hear me out. Let me finish the question. 50% of the crimes that we have in America, if this technology can prevent 50% of the folks that died last year from crimes, is it worth the technology for America to use?
The answer is hell to the no. That's right. A preacher just said hell
Tell us why.
to the no. I'm going to tell you why. I believe it was Jefferson that said this. He said, you never choose safety over freedom because if you do, you don't deserve either one of them. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I've been This is what I've been saying for a very long time. We're heading towards a police state. If it's not China, it's going to be our own government that is going to out technology us, if you would. If they have the ability to track everything that we do, okay, I don't even think that police should be able to randomly run license plates, okay? There has to be some sort of limitations on us. This is why I'm afraid of us getting rid of currency. The minute that you get rid of any sort of monetary currency, paper currency, now what do? That means that you have to digitize every single transaction. That means that there's no more privacy. When we don't have any more privacy, that means that everything about our life can be known. One of our rights is a right to privacy. This is something that the Supreme Court has already instituted, that you and I have a right to privacy. The minute that everything's digital, we no longer have that right. So, do I think that a police officer should be able, who's not even an elected official, that's a hired person, do I believe that a police officer should be able to know everything about you? This technology is the kind of stuff that scares the living crap out of me, Patrick.
How do you feel about it?
I think, number one, Thomas Jefferson was right. Number two, I think Josh Feuerstein is right. But I also think it's happening, straight up. As much as you want to preach about this, all this trackability, digital whereabouts, this is all happening. Look at what Tesla's doing. Look at the Mirror's doing. It's all about the data. Didn't you say that yourself?
It's all about the data.
It's all about the data, baby. I want to send more data in my life. It's happening, bro.
So Rogan Corp just gave $50 and says Jesus is coming soon. Open your eyes, Adam. Specifically to you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Send me another
open your eyes. Now
$5,000
watch
and
this.
I will wish many blessings upon you,
Let
brother.
me read a little bit more. Palantir also works closely with the U.S. government and law enforcement agencies, counting the FBI, CIA, Department of Defense amongst its customers. By the way, it's been around since 2003, so it's not like a 5-10-year-old company. It's 17 years. It also has boasted about the good that it does, especially as pertaining to its works with government agencies. Previously, CEO Alex Karp said that he hears about foiled terrorist attacks in Europe almost every week. So he
This is what they said about Patriot Act, though,
prevent terrorism. I'm just telling, I'm reading, take it out on the paper. Let me finish this. However, Palantir has found itself scrutinized for its dealings with immigration and customs enforcement. The U.S. agency responsible for enforcing Donald Trump's crackdown on undocumented immigrants in the country, WNYC reported in 2019 that ICE agents used the company's app in the field during workplace raids.
Your boy.
I'm as conservative as they are, and we can argue immigration, we can do all this stuff. I don't care if it's ICE or the police force. Ladies and gentlemen, this is scary. This is us moving towards what China is doing to their citizens and being able to read their faces, tell exactly where they're at. What, there's 3 cameras for every Chinese citizen? Look, this is, I don't get how people don't understand.
This is Orwellian.
This is 1984, literally living right in front of our eyes. We are living in a movie right now.
Is it going to happen, though?
Not if I have anything to do about it, and I think that people need to vote any sort of person that would institute this the hell out of office.
Now, what happens if that person that's instituting this is Donald J. Trump?
I will stand here and I will say this. If Donald Trump wants to institute an invasion to the right of privacy and wants to go against the Constitution, I say vote him the hell out too.
Can I play devil's advocate?
Skinny Josh voting
Let me
for
play
Biden.
devil's advocate. Let me play that. And by the way, just so you know, we're on the same side position-wise, but let me play devil's advocate and tell me what you think about this. So do you remember when Nancy Pelosi bashed Trump for building the wall? Do you remember when she said that? Okay. And then they went and showed the fact that her entire house has walls around it, right? Okay. Now let me flip it on you. So if you live in a 20,000 square foot house on 5 acres, you got 3 dogs, 6 kids, you're by the water, you travel a lot, you're going to put a camera system in your house?
Galore.
Oh, yeah.
You would put a camera system in your house?
On my house, on the exterior, yes.
So you're going to put a camera, like you would put camera to see every angle so when you're gone you can see it, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Is it not essentially this is your home land and this is a form of, okay. So tell me, that I'm just, again, I'm being a devil's advocate, so tell me what you think about.
Okay, so there is a huge difference between public property and private property. That's private property rights. The thing about the public domain, it's owned by the American citizens, not the government. Ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you this. The government does not give us rights. They were there to protect our rights, which means that the public domain is owned by the public. We are supposed to be able to freely move about our public domain with the expectation of the right to privacy. This is constitutional. There's a huge difference between private property, me putting up cameras on my own private property, and me thinking that a police officer or whoever it is has the right to run computer searches on who I am. Well, Pat, so let me ask you this. Why is it then that a police officer is not even allowed to ask me, constitutionally, is not allowed to ask me for identification unless I was suspected of a crime? Go watch any of the videos. This is a lot of people that people don't realize. An officer has to give you a reason as to why they are asking you to produce ID. You don't have to produce ID for them. There's tons of people that play this out on YouTube, and I'm not one of these guys that just wants to go up and be a pain in the butt and try to challenge these cops. But I'm telling you, it's because you have an expected right to privacy. The same thing should revolve around facial recognition and them being able to tell. Bro, if you really read this article, look at all the stuff that they're saying. They're able to tell all of your family members, your business associates,
I know that.
everything about you.
Sure, I've read the article. I understand it. But I'm just curious to know what their way they're going to pitch it to you, because if we're being told cyber war is what's going to happen, biowarfare is going to happen, if that's the direction that they're going to, you know, do you want them to be able to track these types of things before it? For example, let me go a step deeper here. By the way, is it fair to say that coronavirus gave a playbook to the entire world of how to shut down the entire country?
Yes.
Or is that a fair assessment?
Yep.
That okay? So let me go a different direction. You got 6 kids, okay? We run a business here together, right? We run a good company. We're doing what we're doing here, okay? If this was able to detect somebody bringing a virus through the airport, say if this was able to bring case number 1, they could say, nope, stop, turn the plane around, go back. If this thing can go deeper, it's only 2017 years. If they go 10 more years with technology and advance it, if this could prevent something like that, that even viruses couldn't make it to the country, would you be open to the advancement of this technology?
Okay, so there is a huge difference between you reading the facial recognition of a person and knowing everything about them, okay, between you doing it to your citizens and you doing it to somebody that's coming in from outside of the country. The people that are coming in from outside of the country do not have the same rights as an American citizen. So it's a huge difference between you doing it from someone that's showing up from a foreign flight and walking through. The other thing that you're doing, one, we should know everything about anybody that steps foot on American soil, okay? Which is why we obviously have immigration checkpoints at all of our borders, okay? Now, let me tell you what I believe is unconstitutional, and I think that this is going to become an issue at some point. I do not believe that immigration checks within the U.S. are constitutional. I do not believe that you have the right. So if you've ever driven from, say, Phoenix over to San Diego, if you go along I-8, there are immigration checkpoints. You can technically pull up and tell them that you don't consent to a search, blah, blah, blah. You don't have the right to stop an American citizen within our borders and boundaries and ask for immigration status. So I'm one of the few conservatives and Republicans out there that take a little bit of a different approach on how we should be able to ask people of their immigration status, like, or at least to make them produce
Let me go a different direction. Let me go a different direction. And stay with me on the same exact topic. By the way, again, put a thumbs up. Let's see if we can get, right now we're at what? We're at 1,100. Let's see if we can get to 2,000. We're at 3,271. We're close to getting to 4,000. But I'm going to take a different angle here. And by the way, I want to hear your thoughts as well. Comment below on what you think about this. We just got 100 pounds. Why have none of you watched or read the minutes from Event 201, which took place September last year? Everything they played out is playing out. Headed by Davos and Johns Hopkins University. We will take a look at it. Kai, can you pull that up and put that as something for us to look at afterwards? But let me give you my point here. Here's my point here. No, pull it up on your end. Just make a note of it. Don't distract on the background. Okay. So what we just talked about right now is the ability to go in there and access information to you that you don't want to have, the privacy. Fine. When Facebook and MySpace first came out, how quickly did you get on MySpace and Facebook?
Okay, so I see where you're going with this.
Stay with me. Just play along.
Fast, yeah.
How fast?
I mean, days.
Seriously? Are you the same way?
No.
I was not.
No.
Okay, so
Took me
wait,
years.
let me get this. So when MySpace came out, you were on MySpace within a month.
I mean, I was single. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Ooh, you
Single and ready to mingle. I'm now married and very...
Did you get on Friendster?
But when Facebook came out, you were on, the moment you found out about it and people sent you an email, you logged on.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Kai, did you as well or no? How quickly did you get on the social media? I mean, you were a kid. Luis, how old are you?
How old am I?
Yeah.
I'm 25.
Okay, 25. So you were old enough. Yeah. How quickly did you get on Facebook and MySpace bandwagon?
Facebook, I was probably like 13.
Okay, how soon did you accept the fact that Facebook's going to be a part of your lifestyle to post pictures of what you eat, where you travel, where you go, tagging, here's location? Didn't you initially think this is kind of weird? Didn't you initially think it was, for me, I'm a private guy, I'm like, wait a minute. There used to be another app where you would put a pin that you would go to a restaurant and they would check to see how many restaurants you went and ate. What was that one app?
Yelp?
Not Yelp. No, it was another app. And it blew up, by the way, for like 3 years. You would go and you would literally say, I'm at this restaurant, then I'm at this restaurant, and it would say, oh, you're a traveler, you're a bar hopper. It was a big app, by the way. If you guys remember this app, comment below because I'm going in a direction with this. Okay. I wasn't comfortable disclosing my life on Facebook. That's why I didn't get on YouTube and Facebook early. I wasn't comfortable going on social media and talking about my personal life and posting pictures. I thought it was very weird. But eventually, you know what happened? I eventually sat there and said, okay, this is pretty interesting. You yourself said you're not comfortable with something like this because all the data is going to be shared, and you have a Fitbit, and all the data is going to be shared. People know exactly your situation. Okay, now let me go to the next part here. I talked to Chip Wilson. Chip Wilson is the founder of Lululemon. Guy's worth $4 billion. They just bought Mirror, by the way, for $500 million. That technology we looked at, right? You know what he said in the interview to me? He said 20 years from now, everybody's going to be physically in shape. Foursquare, exactly. Foursquare was a technology. I don't know if you guys remember Foursquare.
Yep.
That's what it was, okay?
Yep.
He said in 20 years, everyone's going to be in shape. I said, what do you mean? He says in 20 years, everybody is going to be in shape. I said, I don't understand what you mean by this. He says, everyone's going to be in shape. I said, tell me why. He says, here's why. Because 20 years from now, everyone's going to wear smart clothes. I said, what's smart clothes? He says, smart clothes you wear is going to tell you everything about your body. Everything about your body. Everything about your body. You want to know your blood pressure, your testosterone, everything about your body on what you need to do. You stop eating, you're eating too much. That's enough. That's enough water. Drink a little bit more water. Not enough. This is too much carbs. This is everything about your water is going to be consistent. In 20 years, it's not going to be a big deal to be in shape. It's going to be a big deal if you're not in shape. Interesting perspective on what he says, right?
Gangster.
Okay.
So just a little side note, my father and I actually invested into a bra company that literally will tell you if you have breast cancer. So it's
there you go.
That's
That's kind of aligned with what this is.
Of course.
It detects if there's any hot masses, and it watches you from day to day.
That's
and it's
amazing.
Able to tell, yeah.
Got it. Okay, so this goes to the next level. Do you think gradually, within time, just like we accepted the lifestyle of social media and Facebook and telling the world where we are eating at? I mean, telling people, I'm at the restaurant, come and take care of me if you need, I'm at this place. And we've gradually accepted, given our data here to a company like this, we're gradually accepted, using a smart clothes. Don't you think we're gradually, a company like this is banking on one thing? Because when I process it, a company like Palantir is banking on what thing? Eventually people are going to accept us, and we'll be a $1 trillion company.
So
You see my point where I'm going with
Yeah,
this?
of course.
there is to me a huge difference between giving your information. Like when I signed up for MySpace, I had to go through a bunch of terms and conditions that, let's be honest, none of us read, but we all knew that we were giving up our privacy, right? Okay, so we consented. We checked a box and we consented to give our information to a private company, the same way that I give my health information to a private doctor. I don't want the government having my health information, so I'm giving it to a private doctor, a private practice, private hospital, blah, blah, blah. So it's one thing for me to give my information to a company because there's a reasonable expectation of privacy, which is why there's also been, Pat, these huge deals between the FBI and, say, Apple. So there's a doctrine, a philosophical doctrine called piercing the veil. Okay, so the minute that you pierce the veil in anything, it now opens it up for there to be a whole flood of, say you pierce the veil and suing a tobacco company, you win. There's a million more lawsuits that are coming because you pierced the veil. So there is a huge fight right now between the government and companies like Google, Apple, blah, 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 in the government being able to access data that is held by private companies. Okay, so this is a huge, huge issue right now because the minute that they're able to pierce the veil, it is all over for us. So it's one thing, I'll just give a quick summary. It's one thing for me to give Fitbit my heart rate, all right? But I don't want the government knowing everything about it. That's why I have a private contract with Fitbit. The moment that I sign up, I have to hit terms and conditions. I'll give it to a private company, but I don't want the government having it.
Just going to weigh in on this. Number one, kudos to you. I mean, you know your stuff, brother. That's super impressive stuff, just the way that you think. But what I'll tell you is this. For every one Josh Feuerstein that knows his stuff in and out, no way, you're not looking over me, there's literally 1 million people in America that are like, yeah, sign me up, I'm good.
I'm
just saying, most people don't understand the ins and outs of the law. Hear me out.
It's because people don't teach the Constitution in schools anymore.
Touche. But the point is, for everyone like you, there's 1 million people that are like, all right, click, accept, cool, follow me, cool. Sign up for Facebook, sign up for Instagram, sign up for TikTok. China's following me. I don't give a shit. TikTok it up. Bing bong, we're dancing now. I hear what you're saying, bro. For sure. I think people are so comfortable these days with their stuff being out there. You asked about going on Facebook. You know why I didn't go on Facebook in 2005? Because I was single and I was hooking up with a couple different girls. Close your earmuffs. And I didn't want the one girl that I was kind of with knowing that the other girl that, like, These days, you can't hide that. Like, what did I bring up at lunch? There used to be people who had a family here
With multiple families.
in Dallas, and they had a family in San Antonio that they would go work in San Antonio. And next thing you know, like, dad's away for the week. It was easy to have multiple families. These days, you can't hide anything.
You
so the
went
point
to a
is,
whole
people
different
are
direction.
Yes, people are very comfortable putting their stuff out there these days. For every Josh Feuerstein, there's a million Americans who are like, click, click, accept, bingo.
So we know one thing: if Kanye supports polygamy, he's got his vote. Adam's going to vote for him. But go ahead, Adam.
No. I'm looking for one nice woman or a Thai boy. We good.
Apple Maps when you get in the car and it says like 6 minutes to the office.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we have accepted more than you think we have.
Oh, no.
I think
I'm
we
not
have
arguing
accepted
that.
more
Accepted
than
it
we
for
have.
sure.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
not
part of our
arguing that
culture
we
now. Follow
haven't.
me.
I just said that it's wrong.
Oh, I don't disagree that it's wrong. I don't disagree that it's wrong. But I think we have accepted more. And look, for instance, this debate I'm giving you is a debate you guys give me to say, you know, what Andrew Yang came up with, which is what? Andrew Yang said what? The fact that the $1,000
automation, universal income.
universal basic income, et cetera. And I'm
UBI.
like, Kai would say, Pat, it's going to happen. Tony Robbins said it. Elon Musk said it. A bunch of guys. I'm like, I don't think that's the case.
Innovation.
I don't buy into it. I don't buy into that part, right? But you have an argument to say, no, we're going there because here's what's going to happen with, you know, innovation and automation. And it's not even innovation; it's automation that's going to put a lot of people.
You're
Okay,
saying
great.
innovation, American innovation is going to
I'm not
outpace
that,
automation.
But what I'm saying with this is, my point with this is, I think if there's a tipping point of accepting people intruding in your life and the decisions you make, we're not at 30%. We're at 55%. We're
Yes,
at tipping.
maybe even
okay,
more.
all right,
Maybe
all right,
even
go.
more.
But let me take it one step further, okay? And people can think this is science fiction all you want, but guys, this is freaking happening. What's going to happen now, okay? So my issue is not with Facebook taking my info. My issue is with Facebook turning around, partnering with the government to use it against me. My question to you is this, Pat. Now that Elon Musk has already told us that I think it's called Neuralink, all right?
Yeah. What's that about?
Now that his Neuralink is going to plug into your head, the fiber optics are going to go into your brain, all right? To now where you can have these simulations that you would have never thought even possible. What's going to happen now when Elon Musk Neuralink partners with the government, and now they have access not even into our facial recognition? And guys, this isn't science fiction. This is right around the corner. What happens when now they can see into your freaking thoughts, or even worse, control your thoughts? And people are going to say I'm like Eddie Bravo over there on Rogan, but I'm telling you guys, this is something that we have to look at now. We have to set our principles and guidelines now because this sort of stuff is around the corner, and the problem is we don't know how to deal with it. This is brand new area. This is a brand new area.
Let me tell you, I want you focusing more on this than political stuff. This is you got a gift for this, my friend. I think most of our audience is gonna tune this.
Go
out.
ahead, Kai. Huh?
Have we passed the point of no return?
No.
On this?
Yeah.
You're saying no?
I think we have.
We are. But what are you talking about?
We're already there, Josh.
Let me tell you why. Because I, Pat, believe in the vision of valuetainment. And I'm going to tell you why.
Sure.
I believe, as you and I have set down, that we have a responsibility. This is why I'm not running for Congress right now. This is why you are exiting business in order to go and affect America. I would not be here at Valuetainment if I did not believe that we could not turn this tide. And I'm going to tell you how we do it. We educate the next generation. We take a generation of young people, a generation of kids that right now are so caught up in entertainment that they're not getting any value. They're just getting pure propaganda through entertainment. Disney's doing it. Amazon's doing it. Netflix is doing it. All of the liberal left and elite, and not just the left, it's even on the right, but everybody is funneling their bullcrap into our kids' minds. What I say is Valuetainment does something different. I'm not going to divulge all of our plans, but you and I have talked about what we can do with education. You and I have talked about what we can do in the schools.
No question
we have
about
to
that.
educate these kids about, number one, what their civic duties and responsibilities are, number two, what their rights as an American are, and what their responsibility to their families, to the future Americans are. If we can do those things and we can wrap it up in a pretty package, like shout out Valuetainment Kids, which is going to be coming soon, when we can show these kids who they are as Americans, we can change the world. I do not believe that hope is lost, Man, I sound like I should be running for
Dude,
office.
you're on fire right now. I just want the people at home to know you are on fire. This for the first time ever. I have no objections to what you're saying. It's really
Diet
impressive.
Coke needs to pay
Really
us, somebody
impressive.
said.
That's the vision.
Yeah, you're on fire right now. It's crazy.
that is the vision of what we're going to be doing.
sure.
There's no question about it.